It's day 21 on this journey, and I have 85.6 thousand followers on TikTok. I have 472 subscribers on YouTube. I have actually the same amount of blog post and podcast as yesterday, so no new updates on that because I did not work on either of those. What did I do this morning? I sent videos from YouTube to from TikTok to YouTube. I cannot believe, like, I'm still in complete shock that in 21 days I have jumped 35,000 followers. Complete shock. And I feel like you just have to not be afraid to be embarrassed or not be afraid to be cringy. One of the things that I had always worried about, like, initially was running into people that I know in real life, because I feel like that's just, I don't know why that's a thing, but it's like it's a thing that everybody fears. And it has happened, but it hasn't been weird at all. We just followed each other. Like, they're like, hey, Michelle, and then we follow each other, and that's it. So get past that. Like, if you're embarrassed about making content or you feel icky about it, you just gotta make it and you just gotta keep going. And I don't really know what else to say about that. That's it. And I also want to talk about why I say quantity is the priority at first, and then quality comes. So obviously, if you want to, like, monetize, the better your videos perform, the better. But if your goal is to build community, even, you have to first figure out what that looks like for you. And I talked about this briefly in another video where I say, like, it's best to put out a lot. Like, so today I did 6 pieces of content so far today. And what's funny is I was actually supposed to post something before I started recording this video, so I'll just do it right after. It'll be 7. And I do that because I have varied interests, but also because I like to talk about certain things just so that I can know if my audience has an appreciation for it. It's not to say that I'm not going to talk about it if they don't, but I'll probably talk about it less and talk about things more that they care about. Unless it's something that is directly pertaining to, like, the word of God. Those messages I just don't hold back. Like, if I hit a moment of revelation, or if I have something that I'm like, oh, I have to share this, I don't really care. I'm just going to share it. If y'all don't like it, y'all don't like it. Right? But, like, for instance, people have really been enjoying, I think because it's the end of the year, people have really been enjoying, like, my pieces on, this feels really close up today. I think I zoomed it. I don't know. That just, like, stood out to me that I feel very close. I don't know. Whatever. I'm about to get a haircut. So one day if I get on here, my hair is significantly shorter. Nothing's wrong with me. I'm not psychologically insane. I really want to get, like, a really healthy haircut. My hair looks healthy, but it's not as healthy as it should be. Side note. Anyway, back on task. What was I saying? Jesus, I hate when that happens. People have really been enjoying the like, not get your life together, but, like, motivational type things about, and not, like, very strong motivation, just, like, very practical things that you can be doing to, you know, move your life in the direction that it needs to go in. And so since people have been enjoying that so much, I've been more so making sure that every day I post a video like that, right? So today, y'all, this was 2 hours ago, and it's already at 5,556 views. And that's really good, at least, like, for where I am right now. Typically, I know that a video is going to do well if it hits, like, 1,000 views within an hour. And this one I posted 2 hours ago, and it's at that number. And it's as the title that I put on the screen is why you can't stop scrolling. And I'm just talking about not in a like, you should be doing this instead of scrolling, but, like, I brought up this idea that the reason that you're so addicted to scrolling, I was trying to think of the word, sorry. The reason that you're so addicted to scrolling is because your life outside of your phone is boring. And so it's okay to be bored, though. And it's not like this is the cure to your boredom, because even when you're scrolling, you're not even intrigued by what's going on the app. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's not like what you're doing on the app is so intriguing. Most people, when you get off that app, you don't even remember what you watched. It's just entertainment. It's just dopamine, hit after hit after hit. And so I'm kind of encouraging people in that video, hey, let's close the app and let's like color, go for a walk, do something else. It's something that really came up. Sydney, one of my friends on there, she was like, I don't even think that it's boredom so much as it is like people are addicted. And I think that that's true too. And the crazy thing is, it's so hard to break that. And for me, I don't really know how to navigate that. So it's not something that I would bring to the forefront as a conversation, because I hate to like bring up a problem and not have a solution. I think that's another thing about the internet. And if you're going to be doing a creator type thing, but that's, again, side note. So bringing it up to say that people really enjoyed that video because it was about this doom scrolling thing that we all talk about. And right now it's a heavy space of social media detoxes. I left Instagram. I deleted this app. I did this. I did that. And so I'm not saying that you have to delete the app in the video. I'm just talking about like, why do you feel so trapped on here? Why do you constantly scroll? Why can't you put your phone down? And I do think that it has a lot to do with not making your actual life stimulating in a way that's not like stimulating always doing something, but not having things to do. And sometimes you just sit in the silence and enjoy the quiet, right? It's okay. But sometimes you just need to be bored. And so that's what that video was about. And I took note from what video did I make? The one that I was telling you about a few days ago, why you're still in the same place that you were last year. That video did really well. It's already at like 1.3 million views. And I think that was only a week ago. It was 6 days ago. So that video did really well. And I took notes from a previous video to make that video. So just taking little notes, like if you're going to be in this space, and this is going back to what I said about quantity over quality, learning to take mental notes and to like have analytics work in your favor, not in a clickbaity way. Because the one thing I do not think that anybody should be doing is just like, oh, what's trending? Let me talk about that. Because no, like there's a topic right now that I know people probably want me to speak on, but it's a very sensitive topic. It's this lady, it's a very unfortunate situation. She's a trophy wife, and something traumatic happened to her family. And I'm just not going to talk about that because it's very sensitive, and my heart goes out to her. I applaud her for the way that she handled the situation. But I'm saying that to say, don't do things just because it's trendy. I think it's best to align with things that you would have talked about anyway. So like, I don't allow myself to get caught up in trends. I half the time don't even know what trends are happening. But I do go off of my own thoughts to a certain extent. Because essentially you're going to be talking about stuff that you're interested in. And so the goal is to talk about things that you're interested in. And then when you find the mutual interest among you and your community, talk more about those things. So I'll say this too, like the past couple of days, I did a video about why you shouldn't argue with people. That was yesterday, I think. Yeah, that was yesterday. And that video is already at 428,000 views. Very short. It's not a monetizable video, but I just felt like it needed to be said because I'm tired of watching people fight for their life in the comments with demons. Like, you can't tell that person is just stirring the pot and trying to get you worked up. Just leave them on red, right? So I did that. So those types of videos do well, where I'm kind of like calling out behaviors in people. I did a video, I think I told y'all about, as a mom, like, what are my 2 least favorite things about motherhood? Or like, what are my 2 annoying things about motherhood? And I talked about like things that people say to mothers that are like very off-putting. And that video also doing very well because it's very relatable. It has 100,000 views, and the comments are like going crazy on that video because it's something that everybody can relate to, right? And so now within the past week, I know at least now into the end of the year, I should not hold back my thoughts about motivation, because I do have a lot of thoughts that are like in the motivation space, but I never talk about them because I just never really thought that was something that people wanted to hear. I only started talking about it that one particular day because I was working on my goals, and I was like thinking about the fact that the reason in the past that I've never hit a goal, or when I did not hit a goal that I wanted to hit, that's what it was. I was just trying to do too much. I wasn't hyper focused on like 1 or 2 things. I was just like spread so thin that how can you really make progress? And so I just talked about it, resonated with people, and I was like, oh great, now I can say more. Said more. That video went viral as well. And I was like, okay, let me add this little point too, right? So I've I feel like that's a valid point for me to make when I talk about why I say you should do quantity over quality first. Because the more you put out, the more research you have for yourself. You don't want to just do quantity over quality just so you can be like, oh, let me post, and see what pops. You want to post, variety of things that you normally talk about, things that you would normally want to put out anyway, and then gather feedback and information. Okay, let me lean more into this. Let me talk less about this. Let me spend more time in this. Let me spend less time doing this, right? And so I really do think that, one, that helps you to grow your page, but it also helps you with community. And something that I said to somebody inside the accountability circle was that when you are under 10K, this is for TikTok at least, when you are under 10K, your goal is just go viral until you get to 10K, right? Be yourself, but focus on what you talk about. When it hits, keep talking about that. Keep talking about that, and kind of make that your pocket. And talk still about the other things, but kind of make that your pocket so that you can get to 10K. And then once you get to 10K, just focus on community, because it doesn't matter. Followers don't matter on TikTok. Followers only matter if you're trying to get into the Creator Rewards program, because you can have 100, and y'all see this. Y'all probably see this all the time. You can have 100,000, 200,000 followers, but you're only getting 600 views on each post and nobody's commenting. What good are all those followers if you don't have a community, right? And I think that's so important too, because something else that has happened along the way and me creating these products, I've made thousands of dollars just off of selling products that people want. And that is because I still consider myself to be a small creator. I don't know what small creator means, but I assume like under 250,000 is like a small creator on TikTok, right? And so being in a space where I have less than 100,000 followers and being able to make that kind of money off of products that I made myself, not only have I like been able to make money on TikTok Shop, and I've been able to make money from monetizing the Creator Rewards program, but I've also been able to make money just by selling my products. And that can only happen if you have an engaged community. Like if you just, and that's why I say like be wary of trends too, because if people are just following you because you're trendy and you're dancing or whatever, I think sometimes you have a harder time converting some of that to sales. But if people are following you because of something that you're teaching them, or something that you're offering to them, something that you're educating them on, giving them new perspectives, making them think, I think that that's a bit more valuable to people. And it just translates differently. Not condemning anybody or telling you what you should do. I'm just giving my honest opinion. But I think that that's all that I have today. Doing daily updates, it does make it so that these videos are a lot shorter, because I'm pretty much getting all of my thoughts out every day anyway. Yeah, I think that's it. Every day I'm just more and more amazed. I'm like, it's hitting me that we're 15K away from where I wanted to be, and I was giving myself until January 31st to do that. It's November 17th. So in 18 days, well, really 21 days, because this is day 21. I started a little bit before the 1st, actually. That's crazy. In 21 days, I'm intentionally doing what I thought it was going to take me 90 days to do. I won't say in 21 days, because it could still take me 90 days. But at this rate, I don't know. To God be the glory. Church service was really good today, too. They played all my favorite worship songs. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Good night. See y'all tomorrow.